IoT, the Internet of Things, is the network of physical device, vehicles, home, outlets, and other items equipped with the electronic, software, sensor, actuator, and the connectivities which enable those things to connect it, collect, exchange data, creating opportunities for more direct integration of the physical world into computer basics system, resulting in efficient improvements, economic benefit, and reduce the human exertions. So the number of the IoT devices increased 31% year over the year to the 8.4 billion in the year 2017, and it is estimated that there will be like the 30 billion devices by 2020. The global market value of the IoT project reached to 7.1 trillion by 2020. This is a big number. And the IoT involves extended internet connectivity beyond standard devices, such as the laptop, smartphone, tablet that we use in our normal life, to any range of traditional dumb or non-internet-able physical devices and everyday objects. And the history, the definition of the Internet of Things has evolved due to the convergence of multiple technologies, real-time analyzed machine learning, commodities, and embedded systems, traditional field of the embedded system, wireless linear networking control system, automation. And a research article mentioning the Internet of Things was submitted to the conference for the Nordic researchers in the logistics. Norway in the June 2002, which has the preceded by the article published in the Finnish in the January 2002. The implementation described there was developed by the Kari Fromlin and with his teammates. So this is more closely matches the more than one and information system information to implementing smart connect objectives. And the application, the extensive set of the application for the IoT devices is often divided into the consumer, commercial, industrial, and infrastructure spaces. And so this another one is the consumer application. A growing portion of the IoT devices are created for the consumer use, including the connected vehicle, home automation, smartphone, wearable technology, connected health application with remote and multi-layer capabilities. So it is connected to the people's normal life. Another one is the smartphone. Smartphone IoT devices are the part of the largest concept of the home automations, which can include lighting, heating, the air conditioner, media, security system like that. The long-term benefit could include the energy saving by automatic insurance lights and the electronic are turned off. So this is the smart home. So you can use the IoT, use the internet to connect with your home, to connect to control the electronic. Just put internet into your own home. And another one, so this is a smartphone I talked before. The smartphone, like the automatic, if you use the Apple, you can use the controlled by application in iOS devices such as the phone and the Apple Watch. And this could be dedicated app or iOS native applications such as the Siri. Siri. It can be demonstrated in the case of the Lenovo Smart Home smart home essential. So these are lots of things that you can put in the smart home, like the Lenovo smart home essential, which align the smart home devices are controlled enough. So also can use the Apple Home app or Siri without need for the Wi-Fi bridge. So they're all connected, like the Amazon Echo, Apple HomePod, and the Samsung SmartThings Hub. And the elder care is the key application. Smartphone is approved assistance for those disability and elderly individuals. So those home systems utilize assistive technology to accommodate its owner-specific disabilities voice control. So it's more care about elderly people in the home. So you can see from this page that you can use the voice, use something to control home, like the smart home. So the smart home technology applied this way that we can prove user to more freedom and higher quality of the life, especially for the elderly. And transportation. Transportation LTO is assess the interaction of the communication, like the control, the information process across the various transportation system. So transportation, like the car, we want to park in the car, like the vehicle control, management, logistics, the electronic control connection system. That you can do the internet to control the transportation. That's help the people to management. Like for example, the IoT platform can continually monitor to the location and the condition of the cargo and assess the wildly center and the specific island when the management exception occur. Thus, use the IoT to tell people, to let people notice that. So next one is the build and home automation. IoT devices can be used to monitor and control the mechanical, electronic, and electronic system used in the various type of the building, like the home automation and the building automation system. Just like the in this context, the three main area could be covered, like the integration of the internet with the building energy management system in order to create energy efficient and IoT driven smart building. Let's use the IoT to control the whole building. And the possible mean of the real-time monitoring for the reducing energy consumption and monitor or compact behavior. And the integration of the smart devices in the built environment and how they might to know who is used in the future application. And this is the agriculture. Agriculture, there is a numbers of the IoT application is from such as collecting data on the temperature, rainfall, humidity, wind speed, and the pest infestation and the soil content. The data can be used to automate farming technology and take the informed decision to improve the quality and the quantity, minimizing risk and waste, and reduce the effect required to manage crops. For example, like the farmer can now monitor soil temperature and the moisture from the aquifer, and even apply to IoT acquired data to precision, like fertilization program. Like in August 2018, Toyota beginning a partnership with the Microsoft to create a fish farming tools using the microphone. It used the Microsoft Azure application suite or ITO technology related to the water management. So it can always connect it. You can use the IoT to the normal life, like the water management, and the water pump machines are used artificial intelligence to count the number of the fish on the conveyor belt, analyze the number of the fish and reduce the efficiencies of the water flow from the data and the fish proved. And next one is the energy management. Solidificate number of the energy consuming devices. Already integrate internet connective which can allow them to communicate with the unity to balance the power generation and the energy usage in the optimize energy consumption as well. So those devices allow for remote control by user and the central management, a cloud-based interface and able to function like the scheduling, like the remote powering on or off, heating the system, controlling ovens, changing lighting conditioner like that. And the smart grid is the Unity size IoT application system gather and act on the energy and the power related information to prove the efficiency of the production and the distribution of the electronic. And next one is about the government regulation on the IoT. One of the key drivers of the IoT is the data. So the success of the idea of connecting devices to make them more efficient is dependent upon access to the storage processing of the data. For this purpose, company working on the IoT collect data from the multiple sources and stimulate their cloud network for the further processing. So this leaves the door wide open for the providing security dangers and the single point vulnerability of the multiple system. There's other issue pretend to the consumer to choice and ownership of the data and how it's used. So through is still their infancy, regulation and governments regarding this issue of the privacy, security, and data ownership continue to develop. IoT regulation depend on their country. Some example is the legislation that is relevant to the privacy and the data collection are the U.S. Privacy Act of the 1974 OCED guidelines of the protection of the privacy and the transport follows of the personal data of the 1890 and the EU directive of the 1995. So the next one is the data storage. Data storage is the challenge to product of the ITO application is the clean, process and the interconnected vast amount of the data which is gathered by the sender. So that's a solution proposed of for the analytic of the information reference to as the wireless sender networking. Those is networking shared data amount of the sender. Notice they are sent to the distribution system for the analysis of the sender data. So this is a data storage. You can use the internet to protect your own data in the internet. So so next is the lack of the interoperability and unclear available position. So depends on the shared belief that the potential of the IoT industrial leader and consumer are facing the barrier of the adopt IoT technology more widely. So this is more widely. So this is how the company to face to the IoT. So they need to use the correctly. And the lack of the interoperability and unclear value position, this you need to fix it. There's a lot of company need to face it. And providing security center. So according to this, so the most important is the privacy and the security for the internet. But there are some example that is not security and not privacy. There are lots of like what I say the amount of the purposes solution in the item of technological they are disclosed and the extent to the which they satisfy core privacy principle only the way if you turn out the full certification. So the things of the internet is include lots of things, and it already changed our life.